Hi everyone, I'm Ilay from Iran, a high school junior. So, the past 30 days, from October to November, for me was about learning and publishing, accompanied by a few small-scale changes. And now we have reached actually action time, the most important time. To begin with, I'm going to talk about, give you a brief background of the community I'm coming from. I'm coming from Iran, and in the past summer, I researched a lot about educational systems in different countries, and I found out how different countries have their own educational systems and educational educational style, and how my country is exclusively focusing on subjects and not into activism. And that's why, as the president of the student council of my school, I started thinking about how can I make positive changes happen, which coincided with the fact that I'm a PGC finalist now, and which resulted in me thinking about starting a club named Earth Protectors, which invites students from throughout the city to come and join and make bigger and bigger changes happen. So the goal of the club is to reduce the carbon footprint of our own schools. And destruction would be because I'm pretty sure that there would be a lot of students from different schools. Each school would have its own president who would be responsible for implementing the ideas. And to begin with, we would try to implement my CAP ideas firstly, which is a solid framework to get to know the process. So. My CAP idea generally consists of all the themes provided by Project Green Challenge in past month and today, but I'm gonna talk only about water, zero waste, and fashion. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, fashion. The instruction for fashion thing is that we're going to actually organize a program named Share Love with Stuff. We will basically ask students to bring anything they do not want to use anymore to the school. So we will put them in a specified place so that students could come and visit and get anything they want based on need. So it's not the basis is not fun for fun. And if we see that students are taking the stuff for fun, we would donate them to local places, rather than giving them to students for fun. And the why we're going to do this is because to rescue a lot of potential stuff that is going to end up in landfills, to engage students in supporting the earth, to inject love and friendship to the relationship between students, and to help the next generation to understand that by giving their stuff to others or using second-hand stuff, that it is not only eco-friendly but also human-friendly. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next. Next. Okay, yeah, that's it. Zero waste. So think about it. How many times we were told that, okay, separating waste is one of the simple ways of one of the simple ways of moving towards a more eco-friendly lifestyle. But I personally studied in 5 different schools, and all of them tried to encourage students to separate waste while they themselves failed to do so. So now our club is going to push the schools towards buying 2 more kinds of trash cans, one for recyclable materials, one for non-recyclable materials, and one for wet waste. And we're going to make compost out of wet waste, sell recyclable materials, and since unfortunately we can do nothing with non-recyclable materials except reusing them or creating new stuff out of them. And it in itself, I believe, would result in students reducing their non-recyclable materials because they're exposed to observing the trash they're producing, which is going to end up in landfills or oceans, and that's a horrible situation. Water. I love this water thing. That's why I attended PGC project. Okay, water. I'm gonna talk about this with an example. My school itself uses 24 ACs, air conditioners, that operates for 6 months per year, at least for 6 hours per day. And based on my research, each AC produces anything between 5 to 20 gallons of water per day. So the goal is that to create a system of connected hoses. As you can see, there is a main hose there and some minor hoses which are connected from one side to evaporators, AC evaporators, and from the other side to the main hose. And the main hose is connected to a reservoir which collects the water produced by the ACs. And based on the, given the information, the data I gave you, by doing so, our school would save 54,000 gallons of water per year. And imagine that, if other schools join us, as they will, I'm pretty sure. I got my US visa to be here in less than 2 weeks, so believe me. Yeah, we're gonna save a lot of waters that would be just dumped out otherwise. Okay, next slide. Next. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about it. This was all by far, and the point is that I know these are some simple ideas, but if we take into account the community I'm coming from, the school I'm coming from, even by organizing this club and starting this club, we're actually showing great courage, let alone proposing ideas and trying to implement them. So I just I really want to do more, and I will do more, but I cannot do now because we firstly, step by step. This is the first step. We're gonna do it, we're gonna make it, and we're gonna make bigger changes happen. And my wildest dream is that to make this club nationally. I know it's so hard, but anyhow, even when I'm out of I'm not a high schooler anymore, I'm sure I already know some potential students who would be able to continue with this club, even who are more responsible than me, more passionate than me. And yeah, this club needs to survive, needs to get expanded, and it will happen. Thank you.